Hi, I'm Justin Molinari. If there's anything I hate more than waiting in line, it has to be waiting in line at the gym. I, like everyone else, just want to do my routine and get right out. That's why I'm proposing here at LA Fitness an e-reservation system which will streamline the volume of customers during peak hours. Just a little background. Through acquisitions and expansion, just recently picking up a lot of locations of Bally's Fitness, we're experiencing tremendous growth right now. Not only that, the industry is growing as well, with 51.4 million Americans belonging to a commercial gym, and there's over 30,000 locations of gyms in the United States. As a growing industry, as a healthy industry, we're experiencing some fragmentation right now. For example, we have high-end boutique gyms, we have bare bones gyms, and we have a whole lot of gray area in between, which is where I think that we lie. Rates are about $30 an hour. It's a nice middle ground between really going up and going cheap. So there's a lot of shift in training itself, with strong movement towards high intensity training and towards heavy lifting like compound movements, bench press, squats, and such. CrossFit, P90X, you see a lot of it. This trend is going away from isolation splits and machines, which is we have a lot of machines. So the issues really moving forward right now are the compound movements. How do we accommodate those people? How do we make time more efficient? If you look at CrossFit, it's a 15-minute workout, boom, 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 and you're done. So we want to match that. Availability of machines. When you want to do a bench press, you want to be able to get there and have it be available to you. Just to emphasize really how important it is to accommodate people who do compound lifts, here's an example on the next slide. We got Bill Starr's 5x5 workout. This is the gold standard for beginning weightlifters. If you look at, it's only a 2-day thing, and it alternates on every odd day. Squat, bench press, and barbell rows on day 1, and then day 2 is squat, overhead press, deadlifts. There is no machinery involved in that. That is all free weight lifting, and we need to have, and we need to make available to people who want to use those the equipment they need when they need it. So my proposal for an e-reservation system will fix a lot of our problems. It's going to reserve free weights online via computer, mobile device, or on-site terminal. It'll be right next to the machines, and if it's not occupied and not reserved, you can punch yourself in right there. The daily schedule, either online or on the terminal, will be visible, and you can do a zip code search online to find the LA Fitness near you and the availability. And of course, it'll be available with mobile applications, and it'll run on all the different operating systems like Android or iOS. Just to talk about the details of the reservation system, you're going to be able to reserve a 10-minute block for each apparatus. I think considering 3 sets or a 5x5 is 5 reps, 5 sets, that's standard to do 10 minutes. And because, of course, you need to rest in between your sets, we're also going to accommodate another guest during your 10-minute block. So it'll be 2 users per 10-minute block. It'll be available weekly. I don't think it's in the spirit of the idea to have people reserving their things a month ahead of time. I think you should have to re-up all the time to show your motivation and show your consistency. The privilege is revocable. Naturally, there's going to be some drawbacks like people not showing up and then confusion. So membership can be, you will not get your membership revoked, but you will get your privilege to use the e-reservation system revoked. And it's also permissible 6 times a week. We don't want someone abusing it by taking up huge blocks of time. So I did some analysis on the cost and revenue. The cost is relatively good. I mean, I think this will not be a huge hurt on the pocket. With app development these days, this is a very basic data type application. There's not a lot of bells and whistles or animations, so I have it priced very cheap at $400,000. Implementation cost is our biggest cost, which will be bringing in the terminals, teaching the employees to work the system, and that's going to run us over $1 million. And of course, the server and the database and the IT side of it will cost a little bit as well. But if you go to the next side, that's where the good news is, the revenue analysis. I broke it down into optimal, standard, and pessimistic models to determine the revenue stream we would be getting from this. I based the revenue, of course, on how many people we would retain that we otherwise wouldn't have, or new customers that we have recruited. The pessimistic model has 15 new users per year, not a lot. I multiplied that by yearly fees and by initiation fees and got a nice number there for the pessimistic model. Even then, it's a very profitable endeavor. Optimistic, of course, is a huge bonus, 100 people, which I don't think is too unrealistic, and that will definitely be a huge profit center for us to add the reservation system. So in conclusion, we can retain and add new customers by stealing away those people that have gone off to higher end places. People want to be able to bench, they want to do squats, and they want to do deadlifts, and they want to be able to do it in a very condensed time frame. By adding the Z reservation system, we are going to allow those people to come back to the commercial side of the industry and have a great time working out. We're going to smooth the amount of people at the gym instead of a huge peak coming at 5 o'clock. Maybe with the reservation system, people will have an incentive to come a little bit later and spread out the amount of people, which will make it easier on our employees and our equipment. And I think at our low price point, we will attract a lot of people that we otherwise would not have. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you accept my proposal. Goodbye.